Hello everybody, Mark here over at 100% Pure Elvis. Welcome back to the channel, and if you are new to the 100% Pure Elvis channel, welcome aboard and thank you for joining. The upload I'm going to be doing today is a discussion around Elvis Presley Budget Album releases. I've got a fair few vinyls in my collection, or records as some people like to call them. I had one subscriber recently say, Mark, can you please start calling them records instead of vinyls? I just think that's a habit that I have, and but I understand. So vinyls or records, whatever you prefer. But recently I was watching a fellow YouTuber channel on Elvis, and they were discussing Elvis Presley budget album releases and the fact that should we collect them as Elvis fans, or should we just collect original Elvis Presley vinyls that were released during his lifetime, or official Elvis Presley releases? And I found the upload very fascinating indeed. Unfortunately, I can't remember the name of the channel. Once I find out the name of the channel, I will put it in the comments below, and I'll put a link to the upload in question. But for me, I think it's a very interesting topic, because I think when you get into the realms of Elvis Presley albums and budget albums, there is so much out there that is classed as budget releases. For me, I think there's some great budget releases. So you've got Camden, you've got Pickwick, and others that I can't remember off the top of my head. And I'm a fan of budget releases. You know, for me, most of them are quite cheap to get a hold of when you go to a record fair or to a charity shop, or someone that sells records at their stall. I've got a local guy in Coventry who runs a vinyl record stall, and he has budget albums as well as import albums as well as the official releases. And I always buy vinyl from him, whether they're budget releases or imports or the official. So what I wanted to do with you all today is I'm going to show you what I've got in my collection, which I deemed classed as budget releases, if you don't mind. I think there's about 25 all in all. I haven't gone through my entire collection. That'll just take me far too long. I just pulled out quite a few that I would class as budget releases. And for me, every single one of these I'm so happy to have in my collection. And as I'm sharing these with you, share with me in the comments below, which ones do you have in your collection? And are you a collector of budget releases, or do you only collect the official releases from RCA, etc.? Let's make a start on what I've got in my collection, which is classed as budget releases. And what I mean by that, it's Camden or Pickwick. So the first one is the Elvis You'll Never Walk Alone album, and this is on the RCA Camden label. So this would be classed as a budget release. Again, on the back, I'm not going to go through the track listing. I'm just going to share with you what I have in my collection. And again, I've had this in my collection for a number of years, and I don't know the year of its release. It doesn't say it on the back, so I don't want to give out false information. So the first one there is Elvis You'll Never Walk Alone on the RCA Camden label. The next one is a personal favourite of mine, Elvis Sings Flaming Star, and this is on the RCA International Camden label. Such a great budget release this is. On the reverse, it's sharing with you other Elvis Presley album releases there. Personal favourite of mine, Elvis Sings Flaming Star. The next one is a well-known budget album which has sold, sold millions worldwide as far as I'm aware. Elvis the US Mail, Again, RCA Camden label here. Again, I won't give you the catalogue numbers because all of the albums I'm sharing with you now, I have done individual uploads for. Again, look at that. I just love the Aloha from Hawaii image on the front there. Even though it's a budget release from RCA Camden, great design. The next one, again, this is, this is on, can't find, it's on the Pickwick label, Elvis Love Songs. Again, I absolutely adore this release of Elvis Love Songs. Great image of Elvis there on the front. As you can see, every single one of them is in their own PVC cover here. So there you go. Again, great track listing on Elvis Love Songs. The next one, again, is on the Camden label, The King Elvis. That image is from my favourite movie, Change of Habit. And again, for me, quite a lot of the budget releases have really strong track listings on them. So I'm just going to, on the back there, talks you through Elvis's career. And there, just get closer in there so you can see the track listing. As I'm sharing these with you, in the United Kingdom, these are quite easy to pick up. So you tend to go to second-hand shops or charity shops or record fairs, and you'll always be able to pick these up relatively cheap. As I was saying earlier, I always go to a good friend of mine who has a record stall at Coventry Market, and whenever he has Elvis vinyl coming in, he always puts it aside for me just in case I've not got it in my collection. The next one is on Pickwick, Elvis, Frankie and Johnny. Again, I just love the front cover image there of this budget release on Pickwick. So I think, is that image 1970 or 69? I think it's 1970. And on the back again, look, great images there. You got a couple there from Aloha from Hawaii. Well, 3, and then another one from 1970. And again, you know, some of the track listing is quite weird. So how they came about choosing the track listing on some of the budget releases, I find a bit fascinating. But again, for me, do you know, when you buy a budget album on Elvis, most of the time they've got the same sort of songs on there, or the same songs. And I like the difference in budget albums, where you get some budget albums that have some songs on that you really don't tend to see a lot on Elvis Presley vinyl, especially these songs from the soundtracks. You know, you get a lot of them that you would only see on the soundtrack albums, but you will then see some of them on these budget releases. Again, the next one is on the Pickwick label. Come on, everybody. I love that image there. I think the image there is from 1969, I believe. Such a great front cover image there on this budget album. And look at the back as well. So this is basically an Elvis concert and all the fans in the crowd there. And I love the way all the songs are separate. Come on, everybody, on the Pickwick label. The next one, I would possibly go as far as to say it is most possibly the most famous budget release, and it's on the RCA Camden label, Separate Ways. It's got your freeway behind it. And again, a personal favourite of mine. I love everything about this. You know, I think the front cover design, you know, very different, but I just love it. I love everything about it. On the back, again, more information about Elvis and the track listing there. Let me get closer in for you. I just want to pick up on something with this. A very good friend of mine, Gina, she has a channel called Patrick's Place for Elvis fans, and recently she shared an album, Elvis Separate Ways, which was on a different label, and the front cover and everything was very different. I think the track listing was the same. And Gina, if you are watching this, could you possibly send me the catalogue number for that upload that you did for me, please? And I would really appreciate it. And as you know, Gina, I love collecting all vinyl, and that's one I've not seen before. So this is I would say one of the most famous ones, Elvis Separate Ways on the RCA Camden label. Now the next, it's on the RCA International label, but I would still class it as a budget release. You might disagree with me, so please, if you do, I won't take offence. Leave in the comments below if you don't think it is. But it's on the RCA International label, and it is 20 Greatest Hits Volume 1. Great image of Elvis there from the 50s on the front. This is quite a recent addition to my vinyl collection or record collection. And on the back, I just love, again, look all that, all showing you all different Elvis Presley vinyls there. Let me get closer in so you can hopefully get to see some of the track listing. Again, as I was saying earlier in this upload, each of these vinyls that I am sharing with you, I have done separate reviews and uploads for. So just return to my channel, type in the vinyl that I'm sharing with you, and it will come up. I do promise you that. The next one, again, I think it's possibly classed as a budget release. Elvis Rock and Roll number 2. It comes on the RCA label, but again, to me, I think it's probably a budget release. Again, if you disagree, please share in the comments below. But do you know what I love about this? Subscribers to my channel will be very aware of my love for the Elvis font here. This is very 1970s font. I love that lettering, and then you got the 50s image of Elvis. Absolutely love everything about that. And on the back, Rock and Roll number 2 with the Jordanaires. Love it. Love everything about it. Again, the track listing is in the bottom right there, so push that in. There you go. That's fine for you. By the way, I just want to show I'm wearing my, get that closer in, my Elvis watch. I got it fixed at last. There we go. I asked a question recently about, should I get this watch fixed or should I start wearing it? Because it's been in its casing now for a number of years and the battery ran out, and I really wanted to keep it basically as clean, and I didn't want it broken, sorry. But no, I like wearing it, so it's there to be worn, and I've decided to wear it. The next one is on the RCA International label. Elvis, Burning Love, and hits from his movies. Again, great images of the King there on the front there in concert. 1972 maybe. On the reverse, again, sharing other Elvis Presley releases there. And promoting there on the bottom right, hello from Hawaii. Get track listing there. The next one is on the RCA International Camden label. One of his best-selling albums of all time, Elvis's Christmas album. Again, there's many front cover images of the Christmas album. I have a few in my collection, but I picked out this one. On the reverse, promoting 2 more budget releases here, which I have shared one of them. I think this one as well. I have got in my collection. I think it's in this pile. I'm going to share with you the track listing at the top there. Elvis's Christmas album. The next one, again, is on the RCA Camden label, and it's a 3 LP set, simply titled Elvis Presley. I've had this 4 or 5 years. I brought this from a charity shop. I do remember that correctly because I'd never seen it before. And when I seen it, I thought, yes, I've got to add this to my collection. The 3 vinyls inside are 3 budget albums that had been previously released, but they put it all in one package. So again, same on the front and back there. Closer in, the track listing there for you. Return to my channel, you will find the review on this 3 LP edition. The next one is one that I've had for quite a number of years. This on the Camden label, Elvis Presley, Easy Come, Easy Go. Image there of Elvis, his wedding there. Again, if I am honest with you, probably not my favourite track listing on a budget album. I'll take a look at that. But again, I think it you got some tracks on here that you've possibly not seen on any other albums. Elvis Presley, Easy Come, Easy Go on the RCA Camden label. The next one again is Elvis's Christmas album. It is the different front cover on the Camden label. Which is your favourite? Is it the previous one I've shown you? Is it this one? Or is it another one that I probably have in my collection but I don't have here on this pile? I prefer this one. If I am honest with you, I prefer this one. About 10 more to go. The next one I absolutely adore because it comes with a free poster inside, which I have already done an upload for, and I've shared the poster on the Camden label, Elvis Return to Sender. What a great image from the movie Flaming Star on the front there. I guess some of the tracks on the album there. And on the back, I just love everything about it, sharing other budget releases. Great image of Elvis there in concert. I've got all of these in my collection. I haven't got this in this pile. I didn't choose to get that out, I don't believe. Elvis Return to Sender on the Camden label. Great LP. The next one is again on the Camden label, Elvis Double Dynamite Volume 2. I think the image there is at like from around Viva Las Vegas time. I think, please correct me if I am wrong. Get closer in there so you can see some of the tracks on here. And on the reverse, again, shares with you here the Separate Ways album. And there's the track listing. I actually quite like the track listing on this one, actually. Very different. There we have Elvis Double Dynamite Volume 2. The next one, again Camden label, Elvis Flaming Star. I think the image on the front there is that possibly from around the time of Kissing Cousins. Get closer in there, some of the tracks on the album there for you. And on the reverse, it shares with you 3 other budget album releases here. I don't have this, but I do have these 2. The track listing, good track listing on this Flaming Star release. Elvis Flaming Star on the RCA Camden label. The next one, I absolutely love the image on the front here. It is on the RCA Camden International label, Almost in Love. The image there is from the 68 NBC special. Such a great image there of Elvis on the front. On the reverse, look at that. I think that is from possibly 1969, 1970 there. Get closer in for your track listing. I hope you can see that there. Again, track listing, great track listing on this budget album here. Superb. Almost in Love, Elvis. And I love that song from Live a Little, Love a Little. The next one is quite a recent addition to my collection, and it is on the, again, RCA Camden label, Elvis It's Now or Never. The image on the front there is from the 1969 press conference. And I love the style of the letter, of the font. I love everything about it. Track listing here. Give you a chance to read that. On the reverse, an image of Elvis from, I think the movie there is It Happened at the World's Fair. Get there, and there's the track listing. A great budget release. Elvis, It's Now or Never. The next one is most possibly the worst cover I have seen on an Elvis budget album. I like the image of Elvis, but I just don't like the style of it. Elvis Love Songs, and this is on the K-Tel label. That was the other budget label I was trying to think of. So we've got Camden, Pickwick, K-Tel. The only reason I don't like it is, why couldn't they have a clear picture of Elvis on the front here? So the image here, I believe, is from 1975. It's very blurred. Well, what's that all about? Just don't like it whatsoever. What's your thoughts? Again, on the reverse, but look at these images here. So you got a lower from Hawaii, and in the middle, again, one from 75, I believe. Track listing there in the middle. Great track listing on this Love Songs album. So there we have Elvis Love Songs on the K-Tel label. The next one, again, is one that is very well known. And, sorry, Let's Be Friends, and this is on the International Camden label via RCA. Elvis, Let's Be Friends, and the image there is from The Trouble with Girls and How to Get Into It. Absolutely loved this budget album. And on the reverse, there you go. Again, this is from the 68 special, and the track listing there, if you can see it. Again, a great track listing for a budget album. A well-known budget album. Elvis, Let's Be Friends, RCA Camden. Next one, again, is on the Camden label. Again, a recent addition to my collection. Please Don't Stop Loving Me. Again, the image there, mid-1960s. Again, I'm really unsure of what movie that could be from. Let me get closer in so you can hopefully read the songs that are on this budget album. And on the reverse, what I love about it is, look at that, all four other albums. It shows, and I've got every single one of these in my collection. I haven't picked this out, unfortunately, but there's your track listing. Again, such great track listing on this one as well. Look at that one. What Every Woman Lives For. Very rarely see that. Please Don't Stop Loving Me. Elvis on the Camden label. Great budget album. The next, which I've already shown you, but it is different from the other design. Come on, everybody. So again, the back cover to this is different as well. I love this. I adore it. And look at the back. What on the other one? You didn't have this on the one on the back of the other one. Let me get closer in there. Look at all of that. And the track listing. Hope you can see that there. Love it, love it, love it. Come on, everybody. How many more have I got? I think it's 4 more. So the next one, again, simply titled Elvis, and it's on the Camden label. One of my favourites. And the track listing, yeah, really love it as well. Look at this here. Great image there from the 1950s, 1956 there. I love the, it's not a shirt, but it's like a t-shirt, isn't it? I love that. And on the back, you got an image from It Happened at the World's Fair and the track listing. And here you've got everything about the songs that is on the album. Such a great touch on this budget album. Elvis on the Camden label. Great album. The next one is on the Camden label again. Elvis sings hits from his movies plus 2 recent hits. This is quite a well-known budget album as well. I love that image of Elvis on the front now. I think that, again, is it 1970, I believe. I actually love the design of that front cover. What do you think? Is it a favourite of yours? On the back, again, shares with you, You'll Never Walk Alone budget album, which I've already shared. The track listing at the top there. And another great image of Elvis here from 1970, I believe. Elvis sings hits from his movies plus 2 recent hits. Two more and that's me done. The next 2 are the most recent additions to my collection, and they are both on the Pickwick label. The first one is Elvis, Are You Lonesome Tonight? And I've got the original sticker here, as you can see. I've done uploads on this as before as well. So image there from his debut movie, Love Me Tender. On the back, very plain reverse here. Closer in to share with you the track listing here. Elvis, Are You Lonesome Tonight on the Pickwick label. And the last one, finally, I Hear You Shout. Elvis, The First 10 Years, again on the Pickwick label. The image of Elvis there is from the movie Roustabout, and it's a reverse image. The image is the other way around with Elvis with his female co-star. Can't remember her name. Again, with its original sticker. And on the reverse, I'll get closer to show you that image from the back. I think the image from back is from 1960, I believe. And the track listing here. So there we have Elvis, The First 10 Years on the Pickwick label. So they're the albums that I wanted to share with you today that I class as budget albums. I have a lot more in my collection. It would have took far too long. But for me, what interested me about the YouTuber that did a recent chat about budget albums, I found it really fascinating because, I know some Elvis fans only collect official releases or official RCA releases. For me, I like some budget albums, so I'm just going to take a drink of water if you don't mind. I love budget albums. I mean, some of them I just won't buy because I don't like maybe the track listing, or I might have them on another vinyl in another form. But I think budget albums, they're very good for the Elvis market as well, because we all can't afford the top end albums or records. And most of the budget albums you can pick up £5, £10, £15, and they're the originals from, let's say, the 1960s, 1970s, 80s, etc. So again, I'm a firm believer in budget albums. I love budget albums. I love them in my collection. And again, I just wanted to share that with you all today. What's your thoughts on budget albums? Do you collect them, or are you just a solid official record collector of all things Elvis? I'd love to hear it in the comments below. Before I sign off, a quick one about the book that is on the easel behind me. It is called Elvis Photographs of an Icon by Marie Clayton. It's a beautiful book. I've done a flip through on that book about 3 months ago now. Please go and check that out on my channel. You won't be disappointed. And also, what I'm going to be doing tomorrow is I've got a couple of magazine flip throughs to do for you all, and please keep an eye out on my channel for that as well. So before I sign out, thank you all for taking the time out to watch this upload today. And if you are new to my channel and you enjoy what you see but haven't subscribed as yet, please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate your support. It helps make my channel grow, and please share my channel with fellow Elvis fans that you might think might enjoy the channel. And as I always sign out by saying, please keep Elvis close to your hearts. Please keep on playing his music. That's most important to me. And love to you all. And I will speak soon, everybody. Bye-bye.